Alright, we're back. Let's get through this menu.
The whip? It's a whip.
Alright, so is that like a replacement? So it looked like a second ago, I just realized that I can have two sets?
Yeah, you've got two equipment sets, so you could equip like a secondary set. So you could ostensibly, keep your base set that you've been using and, equip the whip to...
So I got A and B.
Yeah, to your B side there.
So that makes me a little bit less hesitant to...
I think that's generally the intention, because they had that in the first game as well, and it was just, you could swap between them situationally.
Well, okay. Just new controls on everything right now?
Yep. Don't worry, X and Y are attack.
Evade and attack. Got it. Okay. Those haven't changed.
It's gonna be a long damn time to evade.
Yeah, I didn't realize what I was evading. I was like expecting something.
I mean, this is a cool little set piece, but it's right the hell out of left field.
I feel like if we can get a few branches to hit her face, this would be Tomb Raider.
Yeah, yeah. If you could, get her impaled.
Okay, was that something I was gonna fight, or... I think this is just to run the track. Yay! No idea where I'm going or what I'm doing.
This is one of those things where the terrain changes as soon as you move towards it. So it doesn't look like it's as on rails as it is.
So, okay, at this point, what are we doing? Like, we got Jean.
Yeah,
or John, I guess.
Jean Valjean.
Yeah.
So now we're going to go help, Brat Kid fighting, I don't know who the fuck it is, Future Self or anything like that. Oh, and I want to bring this up, because by the time anyone sees this, I think the statute of limitations will be over. But
okay.
Spoiler alert anyway. Do you watch Game of Thrones or have any interest in it?
I haven't watched any of it. I haven't read any of the books. Okay? Because when it was blowing up, I was like, I have a problem about reading a book after I've seen it. In other words, I have a problem. I like to read the book, I like to see it. I enjoy them both, they're different, it's okay. But the problem is that if I read the book after watching it, okay, I guess, yay, gold medal. I can't get the visual actors in the screen version out of my head while I read the book.
Right. Even
if the book is completely different on some characters. Like, that actually was my problem with Pet Sematary I was talking about earlier in the last episode. In Pet Sematary, the movie, you got this Herman Munster dude, literally, walking around as like this simpleton with just like some weird simpleton logic, like, soil of a man's heart, Stonia,
Yeah.
And in the book, it's more of a, am I gonna play, or... Okay. I mean, you don't want to know my story, that's good. So, in the book, though, it's more of a very smart man who chooses to be, like, a janitor.
Yeah.
Because he just doesn't want to deal with, like, being the smart doctor and dealing with all that crap anymore, Yeah. It's a very different character from one to the other. Not saying one's better, it's just that I had the problem of hearing Herman Munster's voice every time I read the other guy's lines in the book. So anyway, you really can't spoil it because I'm not going to have much context for it.
Okay.
And also, I have no problem with spoilers.
Alright, fine. So, one of the characters is named Hodor. And he's basically like a human Pokemon. All he can say
is this the hold the door memes I've been seeing?
Yes, that is the hold the door memes. I've gotten so much mileage out of a picture of Hodor's face photoshopped over a doorman this week. so much mileage out of it. But I think there should be a, I think, as an indie game developer, you or Dylan need to get on a game that's just called Hold the Door. And the objective is, to try and, slow, maybe like slow bad guys down while you try and get someone like through
I'm
a
assuming that Hodor died, right? Because anytime
he's dead as fuck. He's gotta be.
Okay, because anytime some character everybody talks about a character in Game of Thrones,
it's because they're dead.
It's because they're dead.
Balder.
I thought we already had a book on him. Okay.
I swear it on my honor as a Lumen Sage.
That means nothing. You're the last Lumen Sage.
Almost. Get out.
Feel the pain.
You know what the game didn't give me a nice time to do? Play with my new damn weapons. That would have been cool, game.
You could, pause the game and...
No, I mean with like, running down levels and enemies and stuff and maybe some mini boss fights.
Oh yeah.
Put a level in the game is what I'm saying. Speaking of...
we're just in pure boss rush.
Speaking of memes and things going around, today... This is gonna be a super dated series, but whatever the hell.
Well, yeah, whatever. We're
like,
real on top of current events weeks after they happen.
We just remember that thing that happened several weeks ago, and then you smile. And
remember when Overwatch came out and everybody was excited?
Except PS4 people are complaining about lag and frame rates or something. Is that a thing? Are you experiencing that?
I have not been experiencing much lag. I've had a couple of instances of I have to attribute it to lag because it's just like my character will reposition itself, there's a rollback or something.
Right.
But I haven't noticed any humongous problems, and...
So,
this may again be it may affect certain characters more than others, because, they have more shit going on screen. Zenyatta's ultimate is, it's just big lights and shit, and I can imagine that slowing somebody down, but
so the Captain America comic, where apparently he's been Hydra all along, the entire time, is the new reboot comic coming out, which Hydra's basically the Nazis, so they're basically saying well, he's a Nazi agent, and has always been, which seems a really lazy way to get attention, in my opinion. That really seems what they're doing. But I'm not way into comics or anything like that, but it's obviously causing a lot of questions and things like that, as expected. But I've been really trying as hard as I can to push the Make Captain America Great hashtag again as best I can.
Problem is, Cap doesn't win anymore.
See, I haven't seen the new, I'm not even up on that. I think Thor was the last movie I saw. I don't think I've seen one take place after Thor. No, wait, Avengers was after Thor, and I saw Avengers. I'm trying to think if I've seen a movie since Avengers came out in the Marvel universe, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because, we gotta be accurate when we describe things. In the Marvel Money Universe.
In the universe that allows the other universes to exist.
I just, I was all hyped kind of for Civil War a little bit.
Yeah.
A character that I don't read a lot of comics. I read about comics more than anything. So I'll spend a whole weekend on Wiki going down and reading all the different incantations of Blade and where the comics came and who took it out when and what directions it changed and, Deadpool, right? Deadpool has definite eras. And there's been definite interpretations by different artists as to what and authors as to what his fourth wall breaking is. You know, is it comedy? Is it more than that? Is there like rules to it, or is there not? You know, and I just find that stuff fascinating. You know, how like people who've worked there for a long time. And one character I've been fascinated with is She-Hulk, because She-Hulk,
single female lawyer having lots of sex.
she does, like with everybody at some point, but
Yeah.
I think that's not really the character as much as the people writing it. It's just like having their own little fanfic of what if She-Hulk fucks Spider-Man, you
Yeah.
know? Which, by the way, Spider-Man is so often not in movies with other people because of licensing. I thought he was DC. Like, when he was like in Civil War, I'm like, wait, why? Or is there a DC crossover that I didn't know?
That's-
Wait, he's Marvel? Are you kidding me?
He's been Marvel all along.
He's been Marvel all along, but in the movie franchise because Sony and licensing issues, right?
Wasn't he the
He's not
first
in-
Marvel character?
It's just that Sony has rights to everything, right?
Yeah.
And so he's not in the Marvel franchise because they don't want to play nice with each other.
But then they fucked it up so badly by doing that crappy Amazing Spider-Man reboot.
Oh yeah, they haven't done anything great with Spider-Man. Like,
Since like 2, I guess.
yeah, like the first couple were okay. They weren't great. They were sort of just like,
Not be forgiven.
you're just rebooting the character, so you just tell the origin story again. And that's kind of just low-hanging fruit. It's like, can you do anything interesting with it after that? Can you do a Dark Knight? You
Right.
know? Can you do something beyond just like, here's the origin story?
This is
But,
impossible.
okay, so Jenny Walters is She-Hulk's name.
Yes.
She is a lawyer by day. Through blood transfusion is how she gets her Hulk powers.
yeah,
right?
through. I think she's the cousin of Bruce
Yeah,
Banner.
something happens and he's got the right blood type and the only one around or something, whatever.
Yeah.
She gets powers, has a bit more control over it than he does. Because there's whole eras where she chooses not to change, and there's whole eras where she chooses not to change back.
Yeah.
And we got time to go into all this?
We got a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, she can break the fourth wall, right? So she has a knowing, like, has like stepped out of comic book panels across ads to just go to the evil lair. That's like on the next panel. I'm like, I'm just going there, you know? So she's done a Deadpool thing. Around the time Deadpool started doing it, like, it's not like a reactionary thing. It was just sort of like, here's another take on that. And there's the second run, I think it's called like The Amazing She-Hulk or something. The second run is the one I actually think I might track down. If I can track down a book of that run, that's the one where she's breaking the fourth wall and is really into her own and all that. And it's done really good. But when they sort of synced it back up and made it fit in the larger Marvel universe, what they decided was, okay, she can't like be constantly breaking the fourth wall in like group settings, right? Because like the rest of them don't know she can do that. So we got to tone it down. So what she has the power to do is to use actual comic books in the world. So real world comics, our comics that we read, exist in her world as case law. So she can bring a comic book and cite like, oh no, the Swamp Thing and Batman fought, and this was the outcome, and therefore, Your Honor, like, he should go free. But the other thing is like Jenny Walters in the Civil War comic arc is central to the arguments. Like,
Yeah.
she's defending like Tony's side and Iron Man's side and all that, you know, and then has sort of like a pivotal flip, you know. She's like one of them that's like, that's kind of a big thing, you know, 'cause she's the big attorney that represents all the superheroes. And it's like, not like I was expecting She-Hulk to be a fully fleshed out character, but I thought like we got like a little Wade Wilson in the Wolverine movie.
Yeah.
You know, we might just get a lawyer who's named Jenny or something, you know, tossed. This is what I wanted right here. This is what we wanted all along. And it wasn't in there, and I was just like, That's just disappointing because, especially on the tide of Deadpool doing really well, like another. I know this is stupid. This is comic books character.
Yeah.
I just love that idea.
Some magic powder on the chicken. All right. What can I do for you?
Well, when we come back, Mike's gonna do some shopping, and we'll, explore this actual area that the game has provided for us.
All right.